Hi guys. So today we are going to test the movements. Not really, rather testing, but showing. I have some problems. Uh, as you know, with the build, the contrast is low. With the build, I'm using mid mid threads made from a lathe. Let me see if I can. The quality ain't that bad, but as you know, made from a guy who's we were not really that much good. These were among the last ones. It's a good thread. That's why I kept it on the Z. Just to make things easier. It's not that bad. It was among the last threads that we made. But such small things affect with acceleration. My Z is accelerating at 30 at the moment. Millimeters second squared per second, and you know, past this point from downwards is not usable. Actually, not usable. The other one is this one. For the this is the Y. As you can see, it was the first thread we made. It's smooth, but it doesn't look the part. You see, I can even use it moves well. It's but it's not that doesn't look straight. I'm sure it will affect with the acceleration because some parts it will skip. But it's saying that bad. This end wasn't that done that bad. This end that you are gripping to the mouth is as you are finishing. I think the guy was getting tired. Kinda. It was made on the first day. The rest were made days later, and then there's this one. Looks good, but it's apparently this axis I can't move it. I just have to use the lever system from my lever system in my Nisha. This copper sticker. I think the axis is active. Because the printer is on. Not even supposed to be fiddling around it. I've finally ordered better threads, uh, 8 by 2. It will be less accurate compared to the ones that I have. It will reduce the accuracy, but it will have a easier flow. That will just mean I just love to start microstepping. At least I want to achieve the same accuracy that this were intended to achieve. As you can see, this thing drops out. The vibration is too much. I'm not sure if it will hold while printing. I think maybe the plastic will hold it. Get in there. But as of at the moment, I can say it can print. It will be a slow print. I haven't tried. The last time I tried to load a file to Frontafce, it was, yeah, it wasn't loading the file. I don't know if it was loading an STL or I was loading a step file. Oh, I just got some thing shop. Not sure if I'm affecting the temperature. Some lift up studio there. Some guy with some really good workshop with a plasma cutter. That's done. We can move the axis. At first, I need to tighten that. That's tight. Should have moved it. Let me. Don't like it the way it's sitting. I might break it if I continue tightening. I can make another hole at the side. That was a really long screw. Which one now was it? Okay. I can't remember which hole it was. Was it the top one or the bottom? It was the top one because of the spacing. Slightly bigger because it's big. I want this thing. That's that. See the wheel. Let me try moving the axis. The power is on. Currently, I'm testing the Y. That thing is slow. That's 25 millimeters per second. As you can see, it's stuck. In some places it's I'm not sure if it's because of my alignment. And for this is another problem. Unlike this axis, you see, there's a, how do I call this, a pulley, and then it's fastened on this both sides by nails, and then a screw to prevent this side. Obviously it won't move this side because it's held by the motor on the other side and it's clamped, so this thing isn't moving. This one here, see, it's plain. I think it might even be one of the reasons why it has skipped. So I even have this it's like a homemade mechanism, just rubbers. I hope you see it in there. I think I take photos. I didn't take photos, but it's just like a rubber tubing. I will have to do that cell tape again. I'll have to do that cell tape again. Seems it's just loose. I redo it again, and then I pump. It's moving forward, so I pump tape in the inside loop. I put it here. I put the tape here. The other form of tape is because this is a thread, and this my holding as of yet, because I don't have my printer is not working yet. My clamps, you see, so it was a form of a clamp to make it not swing. So you put tape to make it not bite the teeth. So I'll add tape in the inside to be thick, so it pushes against this plate. Replace the tape inside here. Let me do that. Let's move the other axes first. Yeah. Let me change. Let's go back. Oh, I haven't tightened the screw. It's stuck. Rather, it's getting stuck. You see, now you can imagine my acceleration, and that vibration it's a form of skipping in acceleration form. It's supposed to be moving, but it's vibrating. It has already given the command to move, but it's not. So yeah, even the z-axis, apparently the screw was moving. It's accelerating. Okay, obviously you can accelerate really fast going down. So there was a moment I almost broke this in my initial test, the glass bed, because it just went down. But luckily there was an end stop, as in what, and it was functioning in the right way, so I got lucky. Let's try the Z. We first move it up. That's 30. The Z is at 30, but the X and Y is at 25. That's default. I haven't still upgraded them yet. But if I clamp the threaded rods, I got a parahoma kidogo. How do we call it? Flat. Even the Z is moving up, skipping. This here, it's moving like this, so I need to find a way how I will do it so I will have to work. Still have some work to do on this axis. This one, without the thread initially it was sliding while. And then after I kept it, after some time, I did some tuning, some alignment. Let me show you. This thing has moved a lot. All these holes. First, this at the centers are just for this. There's a lot of holes here, just like 5 of them, but three for what? Three for this one. Even no, yeah, 3, 1, 2, and 3. See how much it has moved. In the name of alignment, this is a whole inch, 2 centimeters, man. Tells you my alignment ain't that top notch yet, but the good thing, okay, it's wood. If it were aluminum pulleys, you know, you just slide and then you tighten on there. The good thing about wood, you can just drill another hole and then maybe, but at the end, as I explained in the previous video, I will end up clamping I'll cut another form of wood like this, clamp it at the base, just at the base. I won't remove anything, I'll just put it at the base and then clamp this on top to make it sturdier. But that when I go, my materials here are limiting. So yeah, let's move there. Remove the Z going up, so let me show you going down how easy it is. But at least if it's moving up, it's a good sign. You know, that's the most difficult axis to move. So one can barely see it moving. I wonder how I'll be printing. My acceleration, I'll show you my values. But I can max it up on database. It's just that don't hold it in this position. Sorry for that. I need a better stand for this. I just hold it. I can max, you see it's at 25 and 30. I'm on the inverting. I was actually testing the end stops and the home direction. I wanted them to be aligned as originally, but apparently the end stops for the Y had inverted them. Now I've kept the minimum to the left, maximum to the right. For the bed, I'm not really sure which is minimum and maximum yet, but as you figured it out yourself, but I haven't still figured out how I want to put it. For the Z is normal, unless you're having a hand printer. Let me switch off this. Disable reduce accuracy only. So I've added this, and then I've disabled this. Why is it define inverting or disable axis stepper? This, since I'm using threads, I'm not using a belt, this thing ain't moving. It's not even moving with the frame, so I don't need, I can save some power there. That's the advantage of threads. The good thing about belts, they're fast, and they tend to mitigate, because they can stretch somehow. They tend to mitigate the vibration, but that mitigation of vibration means just some backlash, some form of backlash to me. And in here, my threads are 1 millimeter, so the backlash is, I'm so sure it's in, even if it's that much, it might even be a tenth, and even a tenth is a lot. 1/10 of a millimeter, that's small. That's why the first option I went for the threaded, using a CNC, you make your own threads, make one pitch millimeter, as in short they're just screws. We use the feature for making screws, and yeah, we have roughly 200 millimeters of play from the threads. It was good. He even said he has never made threads this long. That's why the other thing we have play. I'll show you now. I'll show you the whip. Kwanza in the Y. The first. You can even see how the step is like this. It's going like this, and then it's like that. And that. You just have 5 bends in this 100 millimeter space. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's and when it's spinning, it's obviously it's gonna be worse. Yeah, to show you speeds. Configuration here. Speed up this. So here are the speeds. My acceleration is at 30. No, acceleration is at 10. That's why I'm moving slow. But I even thought that it was at 30. But my speeds are at 25. Steps per unit, obviously it's 200. Oh, I wonder if when I'm changing to the 8x2, I'll be having how many steps? 400. No, 400 steps will be moving. I'll be having 100 steps per unit, I think. It will be 100 steps. Yeah, because I'll need to start my cross typing. Don't know if you've forgotten that, but these are my speeds. And then default acceleration. I'm not really sure why they have 2 sets of accelerations. I think these are the ones that enable overriding, but these are the set ones, just in case things default to this. So we haven't moved the bed. Go to counter first. So at least now these things are working. Originally the stress that I was having, as in the first thing you press this button, tells you homing failed. I'm not really sure if I recorded those or even took photos of it. As you know, I bought these parts roughly last year, the same time right now. So I've had the parts for a year. Didn't do anything. I was just doing some low-key research, but it wasn't that aggressive. And then the beginning of the year, this year, excuse me. Oh, last year is I had the previous frame, the Polywood, the one that I was telling you it was weak. So pretty much testing and just let me just say that last year I was just figuring out how things will be, how it will stand. Then this year is when I now made this frame. The beginning of January. So at least this frame, it holds things properly. You can now start doing testing. And then now from there, after I made the frame, did the mounting, made the things slowly, started putting things. I started obviously with the frame came with this, so my alignment originally was done using the frame, and then now coming to the fitting, that alignment doesn't somehow, I don't know, just somehow things move. you start finding one thing is in the way of this, and you move it a little, just that. The other one is here. You get it builds up. So we are here. And then from there I started now messing up with Marlin. My LCD, when I was going for attachment, it wasn't, I was just powered, I just powered everything up. You connect it, the LCD is blank, the Mega lights up. It had no signs of life. The only signs of life were just the LCD and the Mega, and the power supply if it was on, but it was rarely on. Just did it like once or twice. The main power is just coming from the comp. And then now messing up with Marlin. I can't remember which was the first Marlin. I think I started with 1.1.9. Or I started with I started with 1.1.9. The first thing you load, you see the number of scripts that are there. Wow. You're like, now you're getting into serious stuff. But the good thing, you're just configuring two of the scripts. The rest of the scripts are they run on dependent on the two scripts that you configure. Eventually you'll end up configuring more, roughly 4, because you might change up your pins. Not change, because the ramps board is set. You might add is the word. Like for the LEDs, the servo touch, the filament sensor. But the filament sensor is already defined in the software. The probe is what you add. The LEDs, it's not in the pins. The LEDs is in configuration. But inverting is in configuration at once. Yeah, you get. Yeah. Eventually, just like 4 or 3. But initially you require 2. But initially capsides 1. Then the second one is for some fine-tuning, configuration advanced. Yeah, so those are the speeds. What else? Oh yeah, the number of errors that I was getting fast. Kwanza, as in it was a process. Let me just say it was a process. First, you need to add in the first 1.1.9. I can't really remember if I was doing it right or not. My folder allocations were wrong, but most probably my folder allocations were wrong because a lot of libraries were missing. So I was adding things up and then compiling. This it's missing. Most of them were .c, .c++. You just get them on GitHub. You copy paste. You get them. And then it reached a point, as in, like, you can add libraries to a point where you're like, this thing is shooted. These things are just too much. I paused there. I just took a break, because I'm like, I've done this purchase, and then getting it to work now, nothing seems to look right. I was thinking modeling, it's just like plug and play. But eventually, obviously, once you have seen the tutorials show you the basic configurations, the normal ones. But kwanza on the LCD part, I don't know what was the problem. But okay, eventually this you add in two libraries. I think my problem was just locationing of the libraries, because the things weren't missing. Eventually, with some time, I downloaded. I ended up even downloading up to. I downloaded a 2.0, 2.1. The 2.1 and 2.1, they're easier to configure because they have somehow hidden the other files. They only show you new 4 scripts. So from there, I just said, you know what? I started reading the scripts, each one of them, the 4 of them, because at least now there are 4. Reading through, going through the commands, and slowly, you start getting there. Start understanding the firmware. Now comes here. There are 2 libraries. I think you just download them. There's the other reprop, the smaller one. You add 1, but for this one you add in 2. I think there's an integrity. I don't know if it was for not language. Language is already kept. It was for you int 8. It uses an 8-bit something. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, UG. Just know there are two. I can't remember, UG something, and the other one was it HAL? HAL was already included. Yeah, I'll check. Maybe I'll post you up. But it's well documented online. Just have to pass through the things. So right now I can say at least happy it's moving. Oh yeah, I've skipped. What happened next? Once I got the LCD working, I at least it was on. At least it was now displaying the few commands it was displaying. But first time when I press this button, as you see, you press it, it goes to a menu, and then you can go back. Menu controls things. It's just like the old Nokia display. It's only one button, left or right, and the other button is reset. So literally going back has to be on the firmware side. It has gone back. So I didn't have the options of moving the axes using the actual firmware itself from the controller. So my only option was front interface. And at that time I hadn't even used the RAM's test code. There's one thing I need to tell you: if you're buying a RAMs, before even uploading Marlin and anything, go to the test code first. There's a RAM's test code. There are actually several of them. There's the first one, initial one. It just turns every and single component on and off, like for a second, and just on and off, and then just for verification. This will help you know if at least things are working. In my case, as you know, the Pololo drivers were three of them were out. Not on my end. I'm not really sure. Maybe if it's on my end, maybe let me show you. I did the soldering right. I didn't plug them in the wrong direction. It's really. There's a box of burnt out things. I'm supposed to order another one. Let me. Oh. Can't turn flash on unless I'm here. Okay. I even tried not to evade the pins, to short out the pins using the heatsink. At the end I was thinking I might short the resistors here at the bottom, using the bottom, but it's made to be like that, so obviously that has been kept into consideration. Added some hot glue because these things were coming loose sometime with time. This is the other one. They look like used up, but it's dirty, not really used up. They look new trash, like new trash. That's that. Once you get to test them, so okay, I was using, at that time I was only getting movement of one axis. Now coming right now means one pololo was in the X, the other one was in the extruder. I'm trying the extruder, it wasn't working at that time. Things were just not, I think maybe the connections, maybe the coding wasn't fully right. Mali maybe was skipping. As in there's a lot of options for you to enable for you to fully start printing well, but not that much. So Prontaface was a problem. This was, it was mounting, it was slowly mounting up to some form of frustration. And then now I shifted, came here. Is when roughly, when was it? Which month are we at? I think April or May. Is when I started now to like seriously look up on this stuff, from the Mali inside to the other parts. But at that time the LCD was working, so but nothing was moving. Heaters were okay. I tried the bed. Okay, now I'll tell you now what happened. From April, I didn't have roughly all the equipment. I was missing one thermistor for the bed. The kit that I bought, the bed came separately, so obviously, and you're hitting the bed through the ramps, so you're adding nothing else. I'd even bought a relay because I was thinking I was gonna hit the bed using a relay, but that's sorted out using the thermistor. There's a pin for that for the bed. So what I didn't know is that you needed a thermistor for the bed. After I've tried the motors, they're not working, so I said, let me now at least put a break to it. Let me try something else. I tried now the heating end. The extruder worked well. Thank God. The thermistor, the setup wasn't well. Obviously, there were no things around to catch fire. And then I was like, that's good. Let me try the bed. I don't know what happened. The first time it heated up well. And then I was, I can't really remember because I ended up buying, I shorted it to the thermistor. I bought another thermistor. I bought a thermistor, a 10K ohm. But the firmware says, okay, you can put a 10K. There's support for a 10K. So I don't know if it's somewhere around. I might have to search for it. If it's not here, just forget about it. I don't know if I should, but I must have showed you. I must have showed you in one of my previous videos. Yeah, it's in this pile, and I don't want to go through the pile right now. Somewhere deep. It can be somewhere just Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky. We're lucky. This one, yeah. It's a 10K. I can't remember the manufacturer, but yeah, you can just go check the datasheet because this is the actual. So I was planning to use this for the bed. It's a Dallas. I forgot it was even a Dallas. In the process of testing, I think I did an error. At that time, the ramps was still soldered. It was working well. Everything was okay. Yeah, and yeah, as just mentioning solder, and the pins are hanging. The positioning of soldering was, the pins are tight, as in the spacing was just not here now. As in, right now it looks okay, but consider now there are wires here. I've soldered wires here. I've soldered wires here. The other wires here. This for the X, Y, and Z. There are wires here. There are wires here. I think I'd unplug this because at least it was very easily unpluggable. But at that time, as in, it wasn't during, it's those two short runs when you're doing some adjustments. So yeah, these pins shorted. Either it shorted with this left one or the two of them shorted. Obviously, that sent a min temp. I don't know if I destroyed the Dallas. I haven't tested it yet. I don't even know which one it is. As in, Marlin just started giving me a min temp, and then you reset, nothing happens. It gives you a min temp, so it tells you you permanently shorted something on your board because I've plugged out the thermistor, still giving you a min temp error. Yeah, that was part of my problems. The one was not. Yeah, you'll see. You just wait on the video. And I just ended up burning 2 megas after that. Not really burning 2 megas. I burnt 1 mega. The other one, now with that min temp, you can't really reset it. I don't know if that. I think the shot went hard to the mega, not even on the RAMs board. It went through to the mega board because I even went to EPROM, reset the mega. Like you go on an Arduino IDE and then you reset the EPROM. It still gives me an error. So 2 of them, but I didn't do the same mistake on 2 of them. I can't remember what happened on the other one. Just it's in the video. But yeah. So that's just about it. From there, my knowledge for Marlin has constantly grown up. So plus shifting back from MATLAB to Arduino C. Not really shifting, like, okay, I can't really call it a shift because I was used to for MATLAB because of assignments and stuff. Because I was learning MATLAB. MATLAB is easy. MATLAB just, the integration, the things it has is good. Plus coding, plus I'm a guy who likes coding things back up. I'll rather look at your system, know how you did it, and then go make it my own way. Something like that. So yeah. So even in my statistical functions, I wasn't using the sums. I was using sums, but I wasn't using the means, the variance. I was doing the actual formulas myself, getting errors as you go, and then obviously at the end of the day, you have to compare your results with MATLAB. Funny thing, there's one result I was getting an array, but MATLAB was constant. So I don't know. That means one of my functions, my RAS functions was not right. But the differences weren't that tight, weren't that big. It was like to the power of 10 minus negative 3 plus honors. It was small, it was really small. So I was like, maybe I was getting variation of the data, or maybe it was just on my own. You know, math is math. You'll never know until you fully test it. Yeah, so now let's move the bed. And we call it a wrap. Maybe drink some soda. Power is on. Drone simulation equipment back. Watch out for the drone simulation. I'm starting to get urges of no. Next time I'll be building it. We're almost flying. Almost everything is done. Oh, I need to make the BMS. That's a problem. I'm still using the fast charge from factory. If you know what that means I'm basically ruining my battery. I need to fully charge it first. Yeah. The X. I'm not sure if it will move. Okay. Preset. It's locked. So maybe according to the firmware, that's its actual end stop limit, because I kept the bed slightly smaller. There's only one way to know. And as you can tell, it's moving slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. Yeah, and the narration is kept the bed at 120. I've actually even over exceeded. I need to move the bed actually. I might just wait for the threaded rods, because you know, as I told you, this section on the lower thread, this section from somewhere, not just from where the tape is, from somewhere more than 120 mm, it's thicker. We didn't eat up the metal quite right, so the nut is, it's like it's tighter. It's really you can only clone those axes. Not as off reset. Stankies, I don't need to move in that direction. That direction it will get stuck. So yeah, that's 25. Currently it's not skipping. 10 millimeters squared per second. Now that's skipping. I don't think I'll survive with these throats. Just have to do with a 2 millimeter plate, 2 millimeter, and I don't have backlash what springs for them. See me helping it move, it moves faster. If you could just get threaded rods for 1 mm, done well, but don't give up. I'll still just look for another left guy. I might just go to the same guy, but the guy was in Nyahururu, but he was near the factory that I was doing attachment for, so I'll just go to Nakuru and do for another guy. But I was impressed that I got a guy with a lathe in Yahoo. It was just interesting. And it wasn't one guy. There were 2 guys, one with 4 lathes, the other one is just 4 big lathes. The guy with the 4 big lathes couldn't help me. It was just heavy. It was heavy. And who could understand my problem? I think we are still moving 100. Oh yeah, we're still moving 100 mm from the time you started. This is one of my best axes. I feel like hitting the end stop and calling it a day. Yeah. Let it just run. For people who are printing, I've seen people print at really high speeds. As near as it can print, if it's moving, it can print. That's a good thing. But now you see the axis that can actually move. And now I have another 50, and you see I'm running out here. You can move. It can't move that much. Excuse me. I let it go till the end. And let it just run. What's that sound? Let me just give. Let me not. Oh crap! Yeah. Yebo. I've just broken one of my switches. I don't know if it will hit the end stop, or it will miss it. It has stuck. It's stuck. End stop ain't working. End stop is inverted. Okay. Let me move her back. That's a stressing position it is at. That's X. Okay. Oh, we're moving the wrong way. Motors off. I keep confusing. This is my X. This is my Y. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. Yep, this thing ain't working. Rather, it's roughly offsetted in the wrong direction. Need to move it forward. And is it touching? It's touching. It's barely just touching. It's newly installed. So yeah, just done it in the mode. Can you see? So yeah, let's call it I've moved all of them. Do I move the extruder? Let me move the extruder. I don't know if I've prevented cold extrusion. It's okay. Works. And it's in the wrong direction. Okay, so that's that. Motors off. Motors off. Motors off. Yeah, don't use motors off, just go straight for the kill pin. That's why engineers install actually have two of the same switches on the same board. One here. Where's the other one now? It's on the other side. Yep, it's. Can you even see it? Is it on the other side? No, it's here. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, that's that. So, tell me in the comments Tell me what's up. If you think I should add the speeds, yeah, if you think I should lower them, lower the acceleration, higher the speed, increase this acceleration, lower the speed. I don't know which combination to go for. But first I need to sort of this play here and this here. This is fixed, so let me go thinking of this. This. Yeah, that's just about it. Then stops, I'll think about them in the version later. Yeah, tell me what you'd like to see. Yeah, just please like, share, and subscribe, and share videos too of your printers too.